What up, guys? Case Garcia Restaurants right here. Chilling in the shop. I was upstairs doing stuff. No, not really. Playing some video games and whatnot. But I felt like I should get back out here and do something. I started making a video for you guys not too long ago, and it kind of got me a little discouraged because my phone cut out halfway through the video. But I tore down Hedgehog, as you can see, because I had already tore down Confliction. So the plan is to go ahead and get this sandblasted, and then I'm probably, instead of powder coating from now on, I'm probably just gonna spray paint it. I got a buddy who sandblasts for a living, name's Mr. Walker, Kyle Walker. Been doing it for years. Sounds like a pretty sketchy job at times, what he has to do, because he does more of an industrial sandblasting. I believe his hose is like decent size and high pressure. You know, he's not sandblasting in a box. But I believe he used to do water towers and stuff, so he'd be inside of them. But anyways, yeah, he's a super cool guy, and I gave him a call to see if he wouldn't mind doing it, and he said swing by and I'll sandblast both your chassis in about 5 minutes or less. So I'm gonna have to do that. I think I'm gonna go with a bare metal look. I don't know, maybe like a gunmetal, just something that looks like steel. I really like the way steel looks. I'll probably do that on both. If I don't, I might do Hedgehog in black or some other cool color. I think the blue turned out fine, but for spray paint, it actually adhered really well and it didn't chip off too bad. You can see it's definitely rubbed off, but I don't see chipping on the inside due to, like, you know, hard impacts and stuff like that. But super psyched about this chassis, dude. I'd show you guys right now as a test, but I'm not gonna set it up. When we built this, I actually stood on it with my daughter. It was with the two of us together. It was like 250 pounds or something with no skid plate on it. This thing's awesome. Video wise, scale looks wise, realistic look, like driving looks. This is my chassis. This thing it's freaking awesome when it's moving. You can see the suspension just going all crazy and stuff just because the weight is just about perfect for how it's set up. So I'm gonna grind a little bit on this tonight. I don't know if you can see, but there's slight bumps just build up from the welds. I figure since we're gonna sandblast it, I'm gonna repaint it. I might as well take those down and try and get them smoothed out as much as possible, just for aesthetic looks. When I tore this down, I actually wanted to speak about its performance. And I know when I originally built it, the very first video, the unveil, I said I'd never do an interior. Obviously, you've seen one after that. Well, this is the interior. So, very minimal. I believe the helmet weighs more than the plastic does. But yeah, she just comes in here, and I got a piece of double-sided tape I put right here and a zip tie right here. Gets double-sided tape to this flat piece, which I don't know if I ever did a real showing of this chassis without it being put together. But yeah, she just sits in there like that. A little zip tie on that side piece. Man, I think it looks so much better with that little guy. I could not be happier with how this thing turned out performance-wise. It's a little lackluster as far as, and this is totally me just being picky. I don't enjoy watching this as much as I do this, because this thing is just entertaining. Whether I make it or not, it's fun. This, usually I make it, and if I don't, she just gets into a crazy tumble sometimes. If I especially some of the hills that we've been on, like Big Bad, Headache. Headache Hill is pretty terrible. Almost every time you mess up on it, you go for a cartwheel or a tumble. The chassis, I'm looking at it. I know you can't see the lines as well as I can, but man, this thing has taken some extremely hard hits, and she is looking just like the day we built her, other than the scratches. I don't see any bends or anything like that in it. It's taken some crazy hard hits that just sounded nasty, like from the top of Big Bad. I always bring up Big Bad just because of how tall it is, and the hardest part of Big Bad is at the very top. So if you mess up, you're in trouble. And what sucks is the hills are so steep that you really can't put a spotter on them, because somebody even just walking on them, it kind of messes the hills up, just your foot. Curtis, if you've seen this video, you know exactly what I'm talking about. I'm sure at your competition you have to specify to people, do not walk on the hills. My buddy Leslie Foster built a hill out by Swope Park, and I built one right next to him. It's called Loose Loose. This is just some of the loosest dirt I've ever ran into. I think it's they actually burned a bunch of stuff at the top of the hill over time, pushed it down the hill, and that's been years and years ago. But if you step on it, if you just walk across the middle of the hill, your foot will sink every bit of 2 or 3 inches into the dirt, just make a huge hole. And it's just super loose. So, but I don't know how I got onto that point. I guess I spaced that off, but super happy with this, especially for what it is. I mean, most of the time I'm running it on these little 1.9 tires, and it does great with them. I run bigger tires too, but that's just what I enjoy aesthetically. I've been thinking about doing another 2.2 build, but yeah, we'll have to see. I've also thought about, you remember from my old videos, this guy, I thought about putting this thing back together. I really wish I had 2 or 3 more sets of axles and a couple more transmissions, and I really wish, I had money to just go on a shopping spree. But yeah, my 1.9 Wraith, this thing was a hill killing machine. Most of the time I always ran the 2 guys in there like I run in this 1.9 Wraith. So these are actually the 2 guys that were in here. But this thing's more of a crawler, it's got the panhard, or this chassis servo mount. Servo mounted chassis. Chassis mounted servo? There it is. Sorry, a little bit of dyslexia going on there, or something. Anyways, pretty cool performer, but just not as good as a servo on axle and 4-link instead of 3-link with panhard. This is a little more reliable. Had Jerry Justice custom make me these, and he makes them for anybody who wants them. The DMG, they're bumper braces. So what it does is because we always break that front hoop on these, and then this bumper's just shot. So what he does is he actually ties in to your shock mounts, and then he makes you a little cross brace as well. I think he sells them for like $15-20. They're super cheap. He does a dang good job on them. He gets them to you fast. He's got other products as well, like his fastback kit and stuff, but that made just an absolute world of difference in how strong the front of this vehicle is now. I do not break. I do break, they'll break right here, which we've all had that problem too. So this doesn't remedy that, but yeah, it's pretty good. So I thought about putting that back together because it's a crazy capable hill killer as well. I guess we'll just have to see. I'd sure love to spend a couple grand on some parts and put a few trucks together, but time will tell. So guys, hope you enjoyed this shooting the shit. This thing, rock on. This thing, amazing. They're both going to be going back together. I'm going to take my 1.9 Wraith apart again. That's just the way it is. So, hope you guys enjoyed the video. Rock on. Take it easy. Stay safe during all this craziness. Later.